Hello, and welcome to day 2 of our daily meditations together. I'm excited to be here with you, and also I have no idea what we're going to talk about. And there's a part of me that is a little nervous, like, what do we do? That's actually how I usually start every meditation. When I make the decision to sit down and come into stillness with myself and slow down the brain, there's that wonder or disbelief or doubt that anything will be there. And I'm showing up completely transparent today, going, I have no idea what we're going to talk about. And yet here we are. Here we are. So let's see what it brings. Go ahead and have a seat in your chair or on the floor, wherever you like to practice your meditation time. And let yourself land firmly on the floor or the chair, so feel your bottom connecting with whatever surface you're sitting on. Yeah, and this is my daily practice, coming into my body. So it takes a few minutes sometimes, it takes 30 seconds sometimes, and occasionally it takes half an hour. So I show up each time committed to bringing my energy into my body, and then creating a space where I can just feel whatever needs to be felt today. So we're going to do some of the same steps each day until they become familiar, and then we'll just keep adding. We'll keep adding new things that you can bring into your meditation practice, and you can just play with them. So for today, feel the magnetic pull of the earth underneath your bottom. There's this thing called gravity that we know about and we're aware of, and we wander around during the day knowing that gravity is pulling us down. But when you come into a meditation space and you can really tune into the power, the pull of the earth underneath the surface that you're sitting on, there's a way that the earth starts to partner with you to help your energy feel safe enough to come down and into your body. So imagine the earth can start tugging underneath your chair. So if you've got your feet on the floor, you can imagine the earth kind of tugs at the bottom of your feet. She's increasing the pull of magnetic gravity so that your energy that's up above has to start being pulled down, or feels the attraction of wanting to come down, because the earth is, so powerful and beautiful when she's pulling and wanting to bring us in. So notice any resistance. If there's a part of you that doesn't want to be here, just notice it, look at it. You can take a breath and bring yourself down and in. Yeah, and start to notice the pattern of how you come into your body. For some people, it's an immediate drop, sort of like an amusement park ride. You have that super high up in the air, and then boom, boom, right? Like you land all the way in your body and you're fully present. Others, it's more swirly, it's like they're coming down in a sort of tornado, slowing it down swirl as they arrive into the center of their body, and then the root kind of tugs that energy down a little deeper, so it makes almost a cone as it comes into your body. Yeah, for others, it's a tug of war, right? You're up there and your body wants you down here, and the earth is pulling and you're stuck in between, and what are you supposed to do? So if you can notice what your pattern is, it makes this coming in a little gentler, right? When I work one-on-one with someone, it's so easy to feel. Right now I'm feeling the whole group, so I feel all of these mixes of ways that people arrive. But when you're one-on-one with a person, you can notice the things that would make the process a little bit simpler for them, right? So a general pattern that I see is that lots of people, it takes like getting over a hump. That's sort of how it looks to me. It's like they know they want to be in meditation space. They know it'll feel good if they can stop the chatter in their brain, but there's like this speed bump or hump that they have to hop over in order to come all the way into this quiet space in the center of their body. So notice that for yourself, right? You may have to feel like you're putting the brakes on. You know, you've been going so fast all day that you have to kind of slow the brakes, slow them a little more, start to pump them to really slow down. And then you do that last little speed bump, and yeah, just like that. Just like that. You can feel that your body has more air in it, is more relaxed. Your shoulders are a little looser. For me, it's almost like a white slate goes across my brain. It's like the thought sort of stops and everything gets quiet. So just notice what your patterns are without judging them. You know, this is just how you arrive in your meditation space. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Everyone has a unique process that they create for themselves, and that's what you're doing, is just learning what your process is. But if you can pay attention to how you arrive and then what happens as you arrive, you can play with ways to make that process simpler or smoother or more consistent, so that there's a familiarity with how you come into meditation space. So all of it means something. That's probably one of the biggest ahas about energy space and playing with energy, is every single thing that shows up, there's a reason for it. There's an explanation for it, a definition of why that shows up uniquely for you and not for other people. So just pay attention. Pay attention to how you arrive and what it feels like. Yeah. And then feel the earth really tugging at your bottom, letting you land. Here you are. Yeah, so what I notice is there's an excitement, right? Like, yes, I made it. I'm here. I'm present. I slowed down the brain. Now what do? Right? Okay, I'm still. I'm quiet. What happens next? And that is how I show up in my meditation space. So I'll share a couple things that I do, and you can play with it for yourself. For me, what I might do first is just tune into my body. So go ahead and try that. Tune into your body. And you just notice places where it feels uncomfortable or tight or heavy. Right? I notice right now that the back of my neck on my right shoulder blade is just a little stiff. Right? And there was a lot of work that I did this weekend. So there's a lot of this shouldering energy, holding space energy. And so I just noticed that. You know, so notice in your body any place that feels like it needs a little bit of your attention. And then you can just imagine arriving at that space. So for me, I just bring my attention, my vision, my thought, my heart to the back of my shoulder. And I just feel what's there. So it feels a little tight, a little pinched. Right? Notice how your body feels in whatever place you're looking at. And then you can either explore why. So you might have a memory pop up, or you might see an image of something. You might think of a certain person when you're looking at that part of your body that has the contraction. Or you can just choose in this moment to shift it, to bring in some love. Like imagine pouring love all over, for example, my shoulder. I just imagine there's a big bucket of love from myself or from God or from Source. Just you can pour that love over that shoulder. And I tend to move my body when I'm doing something like that. So you can kind of wiggle your shoulder or stretch it or roll it. You're just bringing some attention to a place in your body that you hadn't noticed was bothering you before. Right? Another fun thing to do is imagine that you have a vacuum cleaner, and you can just picture the end of the vacuum cleaner start sucking out of your shoulder any energy that's trapped or blocked. Right? Usually illnesses or problems in your physical body, they tend to come from stuck energy, emotional stories that haven't been looked at. So if there's something in my shoulder that feels tight and contracted, I know there's some emotion there that got a little stuck, over the weekend. So I don't judge it or think it's bad or good. I just come in, imagine there's some sort of vacuum that can pull that stuck energy out of my shoulder blade. And then you can just imagine sending that down to the earth, just taking whatever was stuck and releasing it down into the earth. You can also use breath, right? Just breathe it down through your body, all the way down to your feet and into the earth. Another fun way to play with it is imagine there's a massage, like a massage shower, or when I traveled in Costa Rica, they had these hot springs, and you would sit underneath, you'd sit on a rock in the hot springs underneath another rock, and there was a waterfall of hot springs water that would just pour down on your shoulder blades, and you could put your head under it. And so I can just visualize that experience again, right? So leaning back and just visualizing the hot springs hitting the top of my shoulder blade and just massaging and relaxing. And then moving the energy that's stuck right out of my body, washing it away down into the river underneath me. Yeah, and then you can notice another part of your body. A fun way to play with it is also what feels good. Where's the part of my body that feels really good? You know, so for me, I noticed today, like, my heart is full. It is happy. It is overflowing. It feels nourished. It feels seen, right? So my heart is just solidly good today. So you can go to that place that feels really expansive in your body, really happy, really free, and you can expand it, right? So one way with your body is go to the contraction and then see if you can move the contraction, move the stuck energy. Another way to play with the body is go to the place that feels good and expand the good. So I just imagine I can expand the size of my heart, and then the good, positive feelings that are in my heart can start to move out across my chest. Right? I visualize that often as like a liquid gold, or a soft whisper, or the ocean breeze. You know, I give it some sort of tangible feeling. And then you can just visualize that expansion happening. So it's moving across my chest. It's moving down through my belly, down to my hips, out all the way up to my shoulder blades. So now my heart can send extra attention to that right shoulder blade and move the contraction internally also. And then that expansion from the heart feeling good can run all the way down the arms to the fingertips and out into the air around me. That positive energy can run all the way up my neck, up through my head, and then float up and out my crown chakra. And that positive feeling from my heart can go all the way down my body to my hip bones, and then run down my legs and just rinse out the inside of my body, and go all the way down into the earth through my feet. Yeah. And then I notice, you know, how quiet my brain still is. So there are steps, there's action that I'm taking, I'm visualizing, I'm moving energy, but within the meditation space, there isn't this busy chatter, this loop in my brain of things that need to be done or said or fixed or anything. I'm just sitting here paying attention to my body, my energy system, my emotions, my breath. Yeah, so that feels good for today, you know. What I would love to do is just keep showing and modeling different ways that you can play with your own meditation space, and give you things to try that perhaps are new, or remind you of things that will keep guiding you. So for today, it's tuning into the body and seeing what it can teach us and what's ready to move. So I invite you to just continue. I'm going to wrap up, and maybe just sit a few minutes longer and check in with your body and see what else it wants to show you. And then use those techniques of either clearing the block or expanding the good feeling, and see what you can shift. So much love from me to you.